This is Woodstock Academy Live. Today's game is brought to you by Bosquet's Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, Girardi Insurance Services, and Oconchabar Productions, LLC.
Snap is low, he picks it up, goes back to throw, in trouble to the left, looks to the right, looks to throw it downfield, and does! It's complete to Brandon Nagel at the 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown, Woodstock Academy! Sent in by Wilcox, kicked away by Valley Regional, picked back up by Tracy, sent back in, knocked in, a goal for Woodstock Academy is the answer.
Now, for all the play-by-play action, here's Woodstock Academy Sports Information Director Mark Allard and color commentator extraordinaire Craig Smith.
And a good afternoon and welcome to the Bentley Athletic Complex, where today the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, a boys soccer team, take on the Bobcats of Bacon Academy coming in from Colchester. Mark Allard and Greg Smith along with you on a Monday. It's been a while. It's been about 2 weeks, in fact, since we last spoke to you. Absolutely. We were thinking about doing last Thursday's game. Mother Nature had other thoughts, shall we say. So we got a little rained out, at least from the broadcast, not from the game. But we are here today. We were a little bit worried coming into this one that we might be rained out. It was pouring at about, 1:30?
1:30.
It was coming down in buckets, and fortunately those buckets, I guess, had emptied. We have some partially blue sky. We have a nice little breeze. The sun has actually come out. We're hearing only cloudy skies for the rest of the afternoon, for as long, hopefully, as we will be with you this afternoon. It is Senior Day here at Woodstock Academy, the Bentley Athletic Complex, and we have a lot of seniors on this Woodstock Academy team, without a doubt.
And 12 seniors.
13 with Gabe Vial, believe it or not.
And they will be doing the ceremony in just a little while. I see Colin Singleton, who will be announcing the ceremony, coming over towards us. And it's a tough day. For a coach, this is a tough day because you want to honor your seniors. You want to make sure that they get their playing time, but you also need to win a game.
Well, especially when you come in with a record of 4-5-2 overall. So, you're sitting in that situation where you need a win and likely a tie in your last 5 games to make the state tournament.
Absolutely, and that obviously is always the goal, to make the state tournament. So what do? Do you honor the seniors? Do you win the game? Do you do both? We'll have to wait and see what Coach Reardon, who is now back, with his side and got his team on the pitch. We'll see what his plan is.
Absolutely. So, you got to do a lot of different things here this afternoon for the Centaurs. And, of course, the Bobcats, they're coming in with an 8-1-2 overall record. Pretty impressive record, no question, for Bacon Academy.
And watching them in pre-games, they have some kids with heavy feet. There are some shots flying at the goalie. So, Brian Jameson's going to have to be ready today.
No question. Brian Jameson has been ready in the past. We've seen him do some pretty nice things in the Woodstock Academy goal. We've been told about 2 minutes away from starting our Senior Day activities here at Woodstock Academy. So certainly we're looking forward to doing that as well. For the Centaurs, Paul Reardon is back, which is nice. He had a family emergency over in England. Nice to see him return today. Ready to coach.
Yes, sir.
He did return actually a week ago against NFA when when the Centaurs lost to the Wildcats by a 4-1 score. But, it's tough. You asked Sean Saucier, who just has come back to coach now. When you're missing a few games, it takes a little while to get reset, so to speak.
Absolutely. Not only for you, but for the players on the team.
Absolutely.
The players were used to a different coach for a short period of time, different practices, and now you've got to reestablish what you want to do. And you have to figure out where your team is. When you come back in, your team has been under the tutelage of someone else. So you've got to see where they are and what they need.
And where they are exactly as in their playing role.
Absolutely.
I mean, because some may have a hot foot and the others maybe not so hot. And,
right.
You've got to kind of feel the way around. And like, Coach Reardon says, it's one thing to watch it on video. It's another to be on the sideline and just hear and feel.
And to be at practice every day. You don't know what's going on at practice every day. Now, I'm sure he got notifications from his assistant coaches, but that it's not the same as being there.
No, that is for sure. So Paul Reardon is back, and I think we're just about in about 10 seconds or so set to go with Colin Singleton and the senior day activities here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. 12, maybe 13, however you want to look at it numbers-wise, seniors to be introduced today. And I think, are you all ready up there, Colin? Okay, we're all set to go. Let's turn it over to Colin Singleton and our senior day.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bentley Sports Complex for today's boys soccer game featuring the Bobcats from Bacon Academy and your hometown Woodstock Academy Centaurs. This is a CIAC-sanctioned event, and it will be played according to Connecticut High School and NFHS soccer rules. The CIAC and Woodstock Academy are committed to the principles of good sportsmanship. We believe all student athletes, coaches, and spectators should strive to represent themselves and their school with the very best spirit and tradition of high school athletics. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, coaches, and officials in a positive manner. We thank you for your cooperation, and we thank you for helping to create a positive high school athletic environment. Today marks senior day for the boys soccer team. At this time, we will be recognizing the seniors from both Bacon Academy and Woodstock Academy. First, from Bacon Academy, Keegan Appleby, Michael Villardo, Nico Matucci, Stephen La Liberty, Evan St. Louis, Ian Sargent, Dante Ritchie, and Noah Andrus. We would like to thank the Bobcat soccer players for always providing us with competitive, hard-fought, and fair games over the years. Best of luck to the 8 seniors the rest of this year and for the years to come. We wish you the best in your future endeavors. And now for your Woodstock Academy seniors. First up, we have senior Brian Jameson. Brian is escorted tonight by his parents, Melissa and Sean Jameson. Brian played soccer at the academy for 3 years, lettering in all 3 years. He is also a member of the indoor track team, National Honor Society, Math Honor Society, and the Physics Club. Brian's favorite sports moment at the academy was the win against Abbott Tech last year in the first round of states. Next year, Brian plans on entering the pre-med track in college. Brian Jameson, everybody. Up next, we have Noah Page. Noah is escorted tonight by his parents, Tracy and Jimmy Page. Noah has played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years, lettering in all 4 years. Noah's favorite sports-related memory at Woodstock Academy was beating Stonington 1-0 away earlier this year. Next year, Noah plans on going to college for exercise science. Noah Page, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Wyatt Robbie. Wyatt is escorted tonight by his parents, Ken and Kirsten Robbie. Wyatt played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 3 years, lettering in all 3 years. Wyatt is also a member of the National Honor Society, Science Honor Society, Math Honor Society, English Honor Society, and Spanish Honor Society. His favorite sports memory at Woodstock Academy is beating Stonington 1-0 away earlier this year. For next year, he plans on studying pre-med in college. Wyatt Robbie. Up next, we have Baden Eaton. Baden is escorted tonight by his parents, William and Claudine Eaton. Baden played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years, lettering in 3 of those years. Baden is a member of the Science National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, History Honor Society, National Honor Society, Fresh, the Medical Club, the Bee Club, is a member of Connecticut Boys State, the Model UN Club, the Rock Climbing Club, FC Stars. He's a member of the Unified Basketball Team, and he is a head delegate for the Model UN Travel Team. Baden's favorite sports memory at Woodstock Academy was beating Bacon Academy in overtime last year. Next year, he plans on studying international relations at a college of his choosing. Baden Eaton. Up next, we have Jack Marshall. Jack Marshall is escorted tonight by his parent, Amy Marshall. Jack has played soccer at the academy for 4 years, lettering in all 4 years. His favorite sports memory during his years at Woodstock Academy was beating Abbott Tech during states last year. Next year, Jack plans on continuing his education at Eastern Connecticut State University. Jack Marshall, everybody. Up next, we have Mario Kaznetsi. Today, Mario is escorted by his parents, Moisey Kaznetsi. Mario has played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years, lettering in 3 of those years. His favorite sports memory during his years at Woodstock Academy was winning against Abbott Tech on penalties in the state tournament last year. Next year, he plans on pursuing a degree in engineering at a college of his choosing. Mario Kaznetsi. Up next, we have Max Ferreira. Max is escorted tonight by his parents, Miguel and Melanie Ferreira. Max has played soccer at Woodstock Academy all 4 years, lettering in 2 of those years. His favorite sports-related memory was beating Bacon in overtime last year. Next year, Max plans on attending college, where he has yet to decide his major. Max Ferreira. Up next, we have Chance Grayley. Chance is escorted tonight by his parents, Joe and Wendy Grayley. Chance has played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years. He has lettered in 3 of those years. His favorite sports-related memory at Woodstock Academy was beating Abbott Tech in the state tournament last year. For the next year, he plans to work at his father's medical billing firm. Chance Grayley. Up next, we have Quintavon Sangasi. Quinn is escorted tonight by his parents, Von Mali and Tharavan Sangasi. Quinn has played soccer at the academy for 4 years, lettering this year. He is also a member of the B Club, Fresh, and Science National Honor Societies. Quinn's favorite moment at Woodstock Academy was when Gabe scored a volley for the first goal of the season this year. Next year, he plans to enter the pre-med track at a college of his choosing. Quintavan Sangasi. Up next is Owen Tracy. Owen Tracy is escorted tonight by his parents, Daniel and Jessica Tracy. Owen has played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years, lettering in 3 of those years. Owen is also a member of the indoor and outdoor track teams, Northeast United Soccer Club, National Honor Society, Math Honor Society, Social Studies Honor Society, Science Honor Society, Scholar Athlete Honor Society, National Honor Society, and the B Club. His favorite sports memory at Woodstock Academy was beating Stonington at their home field this year. Next year, he plans to study architecture at Syracuse University. Owen Tracy. Up next, we have Ethan Craig. Ethan is escorted tonight by his parents, Christy and Michael Craig. Ethan has played soccer at the academy for 4 years, lettering in 2 years. He is also a member of the National Honor Society, Social Studies Honor Society, and the Science Bowl. His favorite sports-related memory this year was Gabe's goal against Ledyard. Next year, he plans on studying the pre-law track at college. Ethan Craig. Up next, we have Randall Rockcliffe. Randall is escorted tonight by his parent, Rob Rockcliffe. Randall has played soccer at Woodstock for 2 years now, lettering this year. He is also a member of EarthSave. His favorite sports-related memory during Woodstock Academy was scoring his first JV goal his freshman year. Next year, he plans on swimming for a collegiate team. Randall Rockcliffe. Up next, we have Jeff Fongza. Jeff is escorted tonight by his parent, Kamfan Fongza. Jeff has played soccer all 4 years at Woodstock Academy, lettering all 4 years. He is also a member of the outdoor track team. His favorite sports memory was beating Stonington away earlier this year. Next year, he plans on studying biology at college. Jeff Fongza. And last, we have Gabe Viao. Gabe tonight is escorted by assistant coach Jason Tata. Gabe has played soccer at Woodstock Academy for 4 years, lettering in the last 2. Gabe is a proud member of Gabe's favorite memory this year was scoring a goal against Ledyard earlier this year. Gabe Viao.
And there you have it, folks. Our senior day activities. We'll be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex
When it comes to
in
financial
just a
planning,
moment.
one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement Approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
And welcome back to the Bentley Athletic Complex, turning out to be a decent Monday as the Woodstock Academy Centaurs take on the Bacon Academy Bobcats. We get to welcome back head coach Paul Reardon. A little bit of, obviously, a family emergency back home in England, and, we all are with you. Let me put it to you that way. And is it nice to be back, though?
It's great to be back, yeah. Thanks to everybody who's given me the messages. Really appreciate it. It's touching. But yeah, great to be back, and what a way to keep your mind focused on.
Oh yeah. Because obviously other things are, the team is getting down to the nitty gritty now. That 4-1 loss to NFA means you've got to put some wins and some ties together.
Yeah, we've got to step it up. Well, saying step it up, we've got to take our chances. Couldn't have asked for the other night, although 4-1 sounds like a heavy defeat. Said to the boys afterwards, did we get a couple of decisions wrong? Yeah, but commitment-wise, work-wise, fight-wise, couldn't have asked for anything more. And that's the prerequisite. That's what you need to get anything. And one day, hopefully today, they'll get rewarded for that.
Was it good to have a few days in between the NFA game and today just to reacquaint yourself with your team?
Yeah, definitely, because, having known, I think it was 5 games I missed, and not knowing the ins and outs. It's all like watching a game on the video, but you don't get that feel, for want of a better word. So yeah, it took Wednesday's game to sort of re-sync everything and get the feel of the squad, how they were getting on. So yeah, it was needed.
The last time you guys played, it was a scoreless game. Bacon Academy has allowed only 3 goals all season long. They are a tough defensive club.
They are, yeah, they are. And it was a good game. We had opportunities, not as many as I would have liked. Hopefully today on here we put that right.
That'd be a good idea.
Learn the lessons from it, and we finished strong in that game. So the idea now is to start strong. And
final question for you. Obviously, it's senior day. We just went through all the ceremonies here. Always tough to lose. In your case, 12 seniors.
I've got 13 on my roster.
13 on your roster.
So obviously we lost Gabe through injury a few weeks back. It makes my starting 11 excuse me,
kind of tough
because I always start senior day. I always start 11 seniors. It's never been a problem before, but obviously today it is, so that's a tough one. But looking forward to it. It's great to honour these guys who've given us everything over the last 4 years. It's a tradition that I really like. Would I have liked to have already qualified before today? Because it takes a little, I've just said to the boys over there, however nice this is for senior day, we've got to remember that it'll leave a bitter taste if we don't pick up a win today. So this is the this is the important bit and the stuff that you'll remember.
No question about it, Paul. Best of luck today. Get back to the team. Paul Reardon, head coach of the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, back for the opening kick in a moment.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18 cubic foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
We're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
So sometimes things time out pretty well.
How about that?
It doesn't happen often.
No.
Woodstock Academy, Bacon Academy, ready to go at it. Woodstock Academy, navy blue and gold uniforms, and Woodstock Academy with the white and blue and yellow kind of uniforms.
Yeah, they're white and blue is terrible.
Starters for Woodstock Academy, all seniors, so their positions are all over the place, with the exception of Brian Jamison. He's in goal. Robbie Wyatt is out there, Noah Page, Owen Tracy, Jack Marshall, Jeff Fongsa, Baden Eaton, Ethan Craig, Mario Kaznecki, Quinn Sangassi, and Chance Grayley. The only senior not starting, Max Ferreira, and that's because there's no spot for him on the field. Noah Page will give the Bacon Academy starters as we go now. And it goes down like this. No specific positions given to us, but we'll go through them. Keegan Appleby, Colby Butterfield, Drew Ferrino. It's spelled Ferrigno. In Wyndham, it would be Ferrigno, but in Colchester, it's Ferrino. Also starting Steve LaLiberte, Nico Matucci, Tyler Pulse as the ball comes down in, knocked away by the Centaurs. Dante Ritchie is out there, as is Ian Sargent, Evan St. Louis, Caden Treat, and Michael Villardo. Those are your starters for Bacon Academy.
Well, the way Woodstock was set up at that kickoff was definitely a defensive formation. And while you were announcing everybody, Bacon had a very nice chance close into the goal. That's a hand.
That was a hand, and they're going to call it. And it'll go out, they say, against Woodstock, or against Bacon Academy, I should say.
I like that the ref took a look to see if there was advantage before he made the call. When Bacon regained possession of that ball, he blew his whistle.
As we are set to go, and the free kick for Brian Jamison. And that boot came down. We have a player down on the far side.
Number 11 for Bacon Academy.
Yep.
And the clock is stopped.
Yep. As going down was Ian Sargent. I didn't see because I was doing some other thing here.
It was just a body-on-body collision. Both men were going for the ball. Oh, yeah,
it looked like, is it Jeff Fongsa who's also down?
No, that's Quint.
No, it is. Okay, Quinn Sangassi is the other one who was a little bit of queasiness or whatever.
They went body to body.
And Ian Sargent still down. So we'll have Woodstock Academy trainers coming on over.
He's grabbing his right knee.
And we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout. Well, maybe we won't, as they're going to get right back up again. Ian Sargent's going to take his time, however, walking across the field.
You got to take your time. You got to make sure how it feels. It's going to be a few steps. By the time he gets to that next hash mark, he should be walking a little more freely. It's already starting. He'll work it out.
So Ian Sargent kind of walking off the field as we speak.
Just a minute 42 into the game, and already we've had a stoppage of play.
I know.
This is going to be
a long game.
Well, it's going to be a difficult game.
Well, that's true. And the other thing is, of course, these two teams, played to a scoreless tie. Bacon Academy has allowed only 3 goals all season long. Woodstock Academy has allowed 16 goals all season long. Neither team scored extremely well. Against New London,
9-0.
9-0 twice for Bacon Academy and a 6-0 win over Griswold. Woodstock Academy hasn't played some of those teams, so those numbers will not be associated. Woodstock Academy plays more Division I and II teams. So, indeed, those numbers, when you take away 24 goals, they've had 10 goals on the season. So, not to take them away, but you kind of have to look at, competition-wise. Right down in the middle. This is sent in by the Centaurs right over the top of the head of Kaznechi. The ball pops out to the right side. Here's Drew Farino, and Farino sends it up the field. Bouncing along and chasing after it will be a La Liberté for Bacon Academy. Got by one defender, knocked away by Wyatt Robbie. Picked up by Marshall right down below us. And it will go out off of Marshall, be a throw-in for the Bobcats. Dante Ritchie. Well, he was going to be on the ball, and instead it's Michael Villardo.
Well, that's what Wyatt Robbie has done throughout his career at Woodstock Academy. The senior, he steps in and makes plays when he has to, and just relieves pressure.
Well, Liberty is back on did get the ball back, I guess, as he will throw it in. Nice throw in by La Liberty, headed back out by Wyatt Robbie into the middle. Noah Page boots it our way. It might almost get up here, over the top of the parents and into the girls' soccer team.
And, of course, saved by the girls' soccer team.
Of course.
Well done, ladies.
Using their feet, may I add, not their hands. Yeah. I guess it's just practice. Appleby on that throw-in was knocked away by Wyatt Robbie. It'll go out to the far side. Actually, it was offside. Good call, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
On that far side official. I was looking down here. I didn't see over there. Got to watch on ball when you're doing play-by-play. Jamison will get the goal kick out. Well, technically not goal kick, but the free kick out, if you will. Back out to midfield, knocked down by Bacon Academy, picked up there by the Centaurs. As with it is Ethan Craig, sends it downfield, picked up in the middle. Here's Fongsa on the ball. This time it's kicked all the way back to the keep, and that will be booted out of there by the keeper.
He was a little lackadaisical with that trap, and Kaznechi came pretty close to getting to that ball.
Sangasi tries to get after that one and cannot. It'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Is that Appleby back there in goal? I'm trying to pick up his number. I think it might be. We'll try to pick up the goalie number at least because his back is facing us.
They don't often turn their backs.
I know, that's the problem. Yeah. So we're going to have to work on that one a little bit. With the ball is Appleby back over. Right down below us to Villardo. Villardo brings it up the field, gives it over to Ritchie. Ritchie racing downfield, knocked back the other way by Jack Marshall, back into the middle. This is Treat on the ball for Bacon Academy. Down to that far side. Fongsa chasing after it, knocked to a teammate standing on the sideline. Good place to be if you're Bacon Academy, but it's taken back by Woodstock Academy. Here comes Sangasi, up ahead to Kaznechi. This ball pops loose and comes over, and getting it is the Bacon Academy keep.
Good through ball.
It was. Got it onto the foot of Kaznechi, the senior. Well, they're all seniors out there. I guess I should. I think that is actually Evan St. Louis, number 0, who is out there. I forgot that when I started doing numbers, you know how you always look for 1?
Right.
Well, there was a 0. So Evan St. Louis I put on the other side. So he is, I think, in goal right now for Bacon Academy.
Jamison coming way out to take this free kick.
Well, that allows most of your guys to go downfield, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And plus, when it's at your own 35 or so, you got plenty of time to retreat if someone sends it back in quickly.
Especially when you can boot the ball like that.
Yeah, down to the 15-yard line of Bacon Academy. Picked up there by the Centaurs, headed back in by Marshall. Graley tried to get a back foot on it, could not. Picked up by La Liberté. La Liberté right down below us. La Liberté bringing it downfield. La Liberté. Well, got pushed from behind by Graley, but there's no call. Robbie on the ball, up ahead quickly. Got it over to Owen Tracy. Owen Tracy over to the left side as they continue to work it downfield to Baden Eaton. Chasing down after it. Here's Fongsa on the ball, deep into the corner. Fongsa trying to push his way through that Bacon D. Knocked away by the Bobcats. Picked up there on that far side by Tyler Pulse, and he'll send it down the sideline. Will it go out? Oh, of course it will.
Deep.
Yeah, that's one. That might not be as deep as some. I actually saw it fall pretty quickly, but if it hit the hill and went down, it's gone forever.
Now, if the people listening just tuned in, you didn't hear all the accomplishments and accolades that we heard for Senior Day. It was impressive.
Oh, man. How many National Honor Societies are there?
Well, they're all represented by the men that are out on the field right
Absolutely.
now. As well as I don't know how many pre-meds, pre-laws, biology. They're going to amazing schools. They're going to have amazing careers and lives. And they've brought so much to Woodstock Academy.
They certainly have. No doubt about that. That ball is sent in by Bacon Academy into the middle. Picked up there, fired just to the right side of Jamison by Colby Butterfield. Technically the first shot of the game, but wide to the right side of the net. 0-0, just 7 minutes into this contest. Was supposed to start at 4, then it was supposed to start at 3:45, but with Senior Day activities, it ended up starting at about 4:04. So somewhere in that ballpark, we were going to start this one. That was a call going against Bacon Academy.
A little obstruct.
Yep. So it will be another free kick for the Centaurs. The first of 4, count them, 4 broadcasts this week. Tomorrow, we have girls soccer. Wednesday, we have prep soccer. And on Friday, we've got field hockey. So it's kind of cool this week. Downfield.
So my seat is going to be here for the next week?
Yeah, you're just teaching class from here. You don't mind, do you?
No, not a bit.
No, it'll be outside. Hopefully it wouldn't be bad if it's this warm. That was sent in by Sangasi, and that one's saved by Evan St. Louis. First save of the game, first shot for Woodstock Academy.
And I have no problem with that shot. You never know what's going to happen, especially early in the game.
Why not?
Take the shot.
Richie went up for it, couldn't get it. Instead, Page did. Up ahead to Sangasi. Bite by Kaznecki. And that ball will roll to the back line and will be a goal kick out for the Bobcats.
And if we were on grass, that might have stayed in.
Might have stayed in.
But,
well, it was also going to be wet grass because, as we had mentioned at the top, we had a lot of rain around 1:30 or so. It was pouring out here. Now, they're saying no rain until after 6 again, so hopefully that is the case.
We'll see.
We've buried ourselves under a tent just in case, you know. It's the time when you don't put the tent up that you get rained on. So if we put the tent up, we figured we wouldn't get rained on. Downfield it goes. That one will go out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy, deep in their own territory. One other team playing today for Woodstock Academy, the volleyball team, traveling down to Groton to take on Fitch at 5:30 this afternoon. Ball sent by Wyatt Robbie back to Brian Jamison. Has to kick it out of there in front of the oncoming Appleby for Bacon Academy. Ball is bodied up by the Bobcats right around midfield. Treat with it, taken away by Noah Page. Page bodies up on it. Page bringing that right foot down, trying to bring it downfield. Page tried to turn on it and is knocked down by Richie, and it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. I think they're saying he hit him in the side. It wasn't in the back.
They don't call it the hip check and then give them the ball, huh?
That's what they said.
Well,
they
that
hit him in the side.
referee is from England, and they let a little bit more go.
Yeah, they do. Now Page
How
and
about
Richie
that one?
come together, and that's a no call. So, indeed, another no call, and it'll just be Bacon Academy ball, moving it downfield, and doing so progressively until it's knocked away by Baden Eaton. Back around midfield is where the ball is. Sangasi, 2 Bacon defenders were there, and he got it away from them. Here is Kaznecki.
Now, Mark, these guys know what that ref just let go, and they're going to take more.
You know it's going to happen. You know, when something like that happen, until they start getting the calls and the cards, you know, it's going to continue to be chippy. Although I wouldn't call it chippy right now.
No,
it's just at that time, two bodies coming together. There's a throw-in by Marshall to Page. Page over to Wyatt Robbie. Back around midfield. Dumps it into Noah Page. Knocked off the ball by Ritchie. Ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Bacon Academy 8-1-2 overall. They are in their division anyway.
Nice ball.
5-1. That ball comes into the middle. It was let loose by Bacon Academy. Still loose. The Bobcats able to clear. Barely. Nico Matucci now on the ball. Sends it over to the far side. It goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Woodstock. You're right. It got a little dangerous down there.
Yep.
But fortunately, if you're a Bacon Academy fan, no shots were able to be fired on that one. Ball is kicked out. It'll be a throw-in for Owen Tracy on that far side for the Centaurs.
No, but if you just look at the goals against and you just look at the goals scored, you think, well, Bacon's got the advantage and the record. But they don't. They haven't played the quality opponents that we've played.
This is Graley trying to get over to the near side before the ball goes out, and he could not. Gave it his best shot, that's for sure. La Liberty sends it all the way downfield. Wyatt Robbie is on it, turns, looks at Jamison, gives it to Jamison. Coming on was La Liberty, and he has to give it back over to Robbie. Robbie will fire it down this near side. Graley got a little skinned off the top of his head, and it'll bounce back into Woodstock territory. That one was headed backwards. Jamison says, I got this, and easily retrieves the ball. Just under 30 minutes left in this first half of play. No score. That is what we expected here between these two. A scoreless tie the first time they met. Ball's headed out by Kaznechi. Be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Velardo will track that one down.
And Jack Marshall just peeked up here to see if we're saying nice things about him. Yes, Jack, we are.
Yeah, we are. Once in a while. Not all the time. Okay. Farino had that ball, kicked it back to his teammate. Now he gets it back.
Look at Jack Marshall with the tenacity. Tenacity.
I like that word, tenacity. Tyler Pulse with the ball in midfield now, up for Bacon Academy as they tried to get it ahead to La Liberty. That ball taken away by Fongsa, actually, or is it Sangasi? It was Sangasi. Now Kaznechi back to his defense, where Wyatt Robbie will check this one up. Wyatt says, maybe I'll give it back to my keeper. And Brian Jamison says, okay, I'll kick this.
And that's something Brian and Wyatt have been doing forever.
A long time.
Yep.
Kaznechi got a header on that one. Up ahead to Max Ferreira, who's into the game, the only senior who had not started the game, because there's 12 of them. And Ferreira on the throw-in, but a call from the far side is a sub. Yep. So Paul Reardon starting to move people around again after the starting all those seniors. Now getting other players into the game, he'll start to filter that. Randall Rawcliffe. Actually, Rawcliffe is a senior, too. He didn't start. There was two seniors who didn't start. What am I thinking? So Rawcliffe is into the game now. So every senior has at least played now at this point that they have. That ball was called off of Woodstock Academy, and thus it'll be a throw-in for Bacon.
And that's what you want to do if you're Coach Reardon. Get everybody in, and now you can worry about playing the game, not about getting your seniors in.
Agreed. Noah Page up ahead, or backwards, I should say, to Wyatt Robbie.
I was assisting in a game where we had to win one more to get into states.
And it was senior day.
And it was senior day, and one of the seniors didn't play on senior day. And that was not good. And I made it my life's goal never to do that to a kid.
Tyler Pulse kicked that one out. It'll be a throw-in on the far side for Woodstock Academy. Well, you may have heard Paul Reardon say it in the pregame that, it's one of those he would have liked to be already qualified for the state tournament coming into senior day. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But so far, most of the way, he's held this one scoreless. So I guess in that regard, it's a win. They essentially need, and I hope I have this figured out right, a win and a tie in the last 5 games because they come in at 4-5-2. So if you get a win, you'd have 5 wins, 8 losses, and 3 ties, which is 1.5, 6.5, 6.5 out of 16 gives you enough.
But after this, they're looking at Fitch.
Yep.
Who they beat.
Yep.
Then Granby.
Who's in non-league, but from a good NCCC league for soccer.
And then East Lyme.
This ball was kicked by Jamison out.
And then Ledyard.
Yeah. It doesn't get easy.
No, that's a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, you got to get one win out of there. You hope. Well, you've already beaten Fitch, not to pick on it, but you hope that you can beat Fitch again, and you got to get one more tie out of that at least. And you hope, of course, to get more, because if you're sitting at 5-8-3, well, you're probably going to play a very high seed in the first round, and you're doing so on the road. So that's something to be taken into consideration as well. But you also would you do not make the ECC tournament. That is correct. You only I think it's only top 4. If I'm correct from last year, unless that has changed again. So many things change in the ECC that you kind of got to keep up as best you can. And sometimes even then it doesn't really happen the way you think it will.
This is problematic.
This is in the middle of the field, however, and that's picked up there by the Centaurs, knocked away by Ritchie from Rawcliffe. Rawcliffe now gets it back. Rawcliffe sends it into the middle, picked up there by the Bobcats, sent back in onto the foot of Matucci. Matucci, Owen Tracy chasing after this one. Owen Tracy, one of those with every National Honor Society beside his name that you can potentially imagine. But many of them have it. Chance Graley sends it into the mid. Headed back forward by Bacon Academy. Little collision there between Marshall and Farino. The ball popped loose. There was no call. At midfield still is Sangassi. Back out to Wyatt Robbie. Sangassi scored his first career goal, if I remember correctly, in one of our broadcasts this year.
Yes, sir.
I think it was our first one? I don't think it was the Valley Regional. It was against Waterford, if I'm right.
No, it was Valley.
Was it Valley? Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, because that was a win. Good point. This ball comes down right in front of us. Yes, stayed in by Farino. Nice job by him.
Great hustle.
Graley with the ball now. Knocked away by, this is Liberty, who has a chance. He doesn't have a great angle, trying to get it to his right foot, kicks it open to an open Matucci, who sends it in, and the field goal came back.
Yep.
So it will be a goal kick out for the Centaurs.
Obviously, those aren't Alabama goalposts.
No, they're not.
Tennessee goalposts.
Tennessee goalposts. They were singing Rocky Top, no question about it. What a game that was, though, huh? I admit, I sat and watched a lot of that one. It was just an intriguing game.
Absolutely.
And I had just gotten back from Tennessee. So, I mean, I looked at it from that point of view, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool.
You weren't wearing orange, were you?
No, I was not wearing orange.
That's good.
Although I would, considering I'm not a big fan of Alabama.
No.
So, I mean, I would wear orange in that case against Alabama. Marshall sends that one in. Sangassi went flying after it, and ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats right down below us. Michael Villardo on the throw-in. It's picked up here by La Liberty right down below us. Up ahead, looking for La Liberty, and the ball is bounced back the other way. Picked up there by Graley. That's La Liberty who got a foot on it. Picked up there by Farino. Farino with the ball down this near side. Can he keep it from going out? He sent it down the end line. It'll be a goal kick out.
And you're right, Mark. I wouldn't call this game chippy.
No.
But I would call it physical.
Yeah,
There's some hitting going on out there.
Well, you know, soccer is not a non-contact sport.
No.
It's just not listed as that, as a non-contact sport. So this will be a goal kick out for Brian Jamison. And here's the boot going down the field. It will go over the top of the head of Sangassi. And Sangassi has to kind of let that one work his way back, and then is kicked forward by Bacon Academy. Charlie Rose was on that ball for the Bobcats. Over to the far side, still on the far side, still near the 50, booted back the other way by Appleby for Bacon Academy. Noah Page got on that ball. It'll be picked up there by the Bobcats, sent downfield the other way, where it's headed by Wyatt Robbie back over to the far side. This is picked up by Page and then knocked away by Tyler Pulse. Pulse working downfield, gives it over to La Liberty, and the boot is in. Oh, just off the foot of Farino. Had that ball going straight instead of left, it could have been difficult. Farino still working against Jack Marshall. Marshall finally says, I'm just going to kick it out. I need to have a reset here.
Marshall won that battle.
He did. So it'll be a throw into this near side for Bacon Academy. And for those of you watching for a first time as well, we will tell you that once in a while you'll see our cameras go black. We do apologize for that. It's a little glitch in the system. And it's a refresh in the system. We'll continue to give you play-by-play. We're not going anywhere. It just means the system is refreshing. That ball is right in front, and Jamison picked up the loose ball. That ball became a little dangerous. Ritchie was coming in, and Jamison was standing right there. So I think I just better pick this thing up.
Right.
Not really a save. There was really no shot on Jamison. He just picked up a loose ball. That ball is sent back into the middle for Ritchie. Nice little one-timer up there by Page. Knocked away by Ritchie. And sent back to Ritchie by Farino. And it goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy as we've reached the halfway mark of this first half. No score at the 19:29 mark here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. Coming in is Garrett Bushy for the Centaurs. And also coming in, just trying to pick up the number down there. Is that 13? Is that Logan Rawson? I think so. A couple of starters for Woodstock Academy. This is the nice thing, I guess. If you've got through your senior day and you haven't allowed a goal, some of your starters are coming in fresh halfway through the game. Halfway through the first half of the game, anyway. Bacon Academy, meanwhile, has had their starters out there for a long time. Rose. That ball was knocked away by Tracy. Rose picked it back up, knocked out by Tracy, they say.
No foul.
No foul. So Rose will get the throw in. Yeah, they're letting him play. No question they're letting him play. Well, as we move deeper into the season, this will become the norm rather than the exception. Because in tournament play, a few more things get allowed.
Right.
Funny how that happens, huh? They throw the ball in over the top. That header is up. That's by Bushy. Ball popped into the middle. Nice job on the header once again by the Centaurs. John Bennett got ahead on that one. This one's picked up by Marshall, sent our way, and it'll be out, and it'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. So right down below us is Appleby for the Bobcats. I do want to thank the Bobcats for actually sending us not only this list of roster and everything like that, but pronunciations.
Oh,
which was
better.
nice. It was nice, yeah.
You know I can't pronounce Greg Smith, so
so it makes life.
Most names are a little difficult.
There's one in here, J.P. Fougeroux, which I might have decimated had they not given us the
Fougeroux.
Fougeroux. Yeah, it's not like
Doesn't it sound like a cereal?
It does.
Cinnamon Fougeroux?
Cinnamon
I'm
Fougeroux.
sorry. I just insulted the Fougeroux family, and I apologize.
No, we were just. That's okay. We're not making fun of. It's just the name sounds a little different, but we all have those names that we put on our all-name team, right? Appleby will throw it in for the Bobcats. I've had my favorite names over the course of years.
No question.
And it's thrown in over the top, and Jamison just knocks it from behind, and a goal. It went through the hands of Jamison onto the foot of Matucci. And a goal for Bacon Academy at the 16:58 mark. That is what I call unfortunate. Unlucky.
Yep.
Pick your adjective. But the ball bounced right in front of Jamison, maybe a little wet. Bounced through and it basically through his hands, and Matucci on the other side.
Completely sure-handed Brian Jamison, and it just went through his hands.
Yep. So Bacon Academy with the 1-0 lead. I think technically off the throw-in by Appleby, who gets the assist.
Absolutely.
Because he did throw it in. No one really touched it except the keep.
Yep.
And then Matucci was on the ball. So 1-0 lead for Bacon Academy.
Now, Jamison's got to get rid of that.
Yeah.
There's not a thing you can do about that. You've just got to move on.
You got to figure with the water, although it's turf, you still have a slick ball. And if there was any spin to it, you're adding to that. Ball is knocked backwards, or forwards, I should say, by Bacon Academy. Picked up by Marshall. It'll get booted out. It'll be a throw-in down below for Woodstock Academy. Oh, for Bacon Academy, I should say.
Mark, if I had a chance, I would tell Brian Jamison, be a goldfish. Be a goldfish. You know why?
Why's that?
Goldfish has the shortest memory of any animal, 10 seconds.
Have you heard about my memory lately? Liberty throws that one in. That ball is picked up by the Bobcats, headed out nicely by Bushy. Because that got a little dangerous with Butterfield down there as well. Sent back in by Appleby deep. And the Centaurs will chase after it with Owen Tracy deciding to head it out in a corner for Bacon Academy. Butterfield looks like he's going to be the person to take it. First corner of the game will go to Bacon Academy. And a short corner this time. Picked up there by Appleby, back over to Butterfield. Tried to get it back to Appleby. A couple of defenders in his way. Bushy tried to just kind of one-time it forward to Page. It goes back to Jamison. That was dangerous. Ball popped into the middle, picked up there by Appleby with a head, and kicked forward by Rawcliffe. They got it out. That got dangerous when you sent it back to Jamison. This ball is booted out of there by Rawson. Page tried to get on it, could not. Instead, it is Pulse with the ball to the far side to Rose at the 15-minute mark here of the first half. That ball rolls out. Be a throw-in for Rose on the far side. Rose sends it in, headed back right to him. It'll be another throw-in. I don't want this. That's a return. There's another return almost, but it does stay in bounds, and it goes into Bacon territory. Battling for it was Fongsa, along with Treat, and Treat wins that battle and sends it the other way. A lot of the play has been in the Woodstock Academy end right now as they try to recover and counter a little bit. Here's Rawcliffe.
Send him.
Oh, they did, but no one went with him. Ferreira was with him, but Ferreira went out, and Rawcliffe sent it in, and St. Louis is able to pick it up unimpeded. The Bacon Academy keeper boots it downfield over the top of his teammate Birch Collins, who's into the game. There's a nice little backflip to Collins. Wyatt Robbie now trying to track it down before it goes out, and with Matucci, and it'll be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy.
Good hustle by Wyatt Robbie.
Absolutely. Got on his horse on that one.
Subs.
Yep, for Woodstock Academy. Rawcliffe will come out. And coming on in for the Centaurs is Austin Byer. Austin, leading scorer for this team, 4 goals and an assist on the season.
Yeah, what we've seen in the games that we've covered is Byer comes in and he makes things happen offensively.
Absolutely, only a sophomore. It's good to know that there are Centaurs left after you graduate 13 of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That ball went over Matucci's head, picked up by Tracy. Tracy watches that one go out. It'll be a throw-in for Butterfield on that far side. It's turned out to be a nice day, and if you're watching us on our broadcast, you may see the trees in the background. They're gorgeous right now.
Yes, they are.
Butterfield, that one's picked up by the Centaurs, knocked down by Butterfield. Jamison, and there'll be a call against Butterfield. A push against Bacon Academy. He'll be
stop the clock. We're getting a card.
Yes, we are. The first card of the game will go against Butterfield.
10.
So he gets the card, and the Bobcats will replace. So he will go to the sidelines. Probably said something just a little inappropriate.
He was fouled, and he expressed his displeasure.
I like that.
And the referee said, no, you can't do that.
Farino will come back on for the Bobcats. Over on the far side now. Jamison will get the free kick. Back at about the 10-yard line or so. He moves it forward, sends it downfield. Over the top of Fongsa, headed by Rose, back over the midfield line. Bushy was on that one. Bushy trying to control it. Looks over at Byer, gets it over instead to the back. This is Rawson. Rawson sends it downfield. Max Ferreira headed the other way nicely by Velardo. Just stepped right in front of Max Ferreira and was able to head it forward. Rawson with the throw-in now for the Centaurs. Rawson to Ferreira. Knocked away by Matucci. Picked up there by Ritchie. Ritchie running downfield, and that one will go out. Of course, it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's why everybody wearing the pink socks on the Bacon Academy side. I think Woodstock Academy's volleyball team just had their Dig Pink night a couple nights ago. Ball is picked up there, sent down, and the Bobcats, that one might hit our tent, which wouldn't necessarily be a good thing. I wouldn't say this tent is most firmly anchored today.
No, and it's also got holes in it. So
it's got holes in it.
The purpose.
It's got issues, but it's got enough coverage, we hope. And the sun's out right now, so now it's
nice
not a problem.
Move.
But La Liberty went right then left, and then La Liberty sends it in, but a nice play coming in was Logan Rawson. It will be not a corner for Bacon Academy. They catch it before it goes over the end line. Try to bring it back into the middle, knocked away briefly, and now kicked out by Woodstock Academy.
Well, La Liberté was the one in pregame that I was watching that was absolutely nailing bombs.
They tried to get that one to Noah Page, could not. Rose intercepts it around midfield, picked up by the Bobcats. 10 minutes, or just a little over that, left to go here in this first half. A 1-0 lead for Bacon Academy. Ball is sent out by Tracy. It'll be a throw-in on that far side for the Bobcats.
They called
Did they call?
On Wyatt Robbie, there's going to be a free kick from about the 18-yard line.
Well, Rose is holding on to the ball back around. Okay, now they're having him throw it in because he was over on the sideline waiting to throw it in, and they're like, huh? But, no, you're right, a free kick.
Right on the 20.
Right on the 20 will be taken by La Liberty. So La Liberty will make it about 29, 28. It keeps moving up.
And look,
the officials are turning around, not watching. Stop the clock, and we've got another discussion. Both side benches or something. Well, we got a player coming out, Braden Ward.
I can't sub on this.
I don't know what happened there.
You can't sub on this. They brought a sub in on the.
Oh, okay, that's what happened. Okay, I understand what you're saying. They subbed prior. Okay.
Now the drama going on. La Liberté moved it up twice,
but
Woodstock number 7 came out, Barrett, and moved it back to the 20. La Liberté moved it forward 2 yards, and then the referee came and moved it.
Now this is getting a little bit, I wouldn't call it chippy, but it was certainly emotional. La Liberty sends it in, and that field goal is good. Unfortunately for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, field goals don't count for 3 points in this game.
That was a bomb.
It was.
And now the subs can come in on the goal kick for Woodstock.
3 shots on the day for Bacon Academy, 1 for Woodstock Academy. The only shot taken by the Centaurs, taken by Sangasi. I don't even remember it. It was so long. It's been a while since the Centaurs have been down near Evan St. Louis. The defense for Bacon, and probably even more so the midfield, very impressive right now.
50-50 balls, they own them.
They do. Logan Rawson will have to track this one down after it was headed by La Liberty. 2 Bacon Academy players were coming in. Jamison quickly got rid of that one. Had no choice. Wherever it was going was better than where it was.
Yep.
And it'll be a throw-in for Villardo. This one's headed by Marshall. Little miss kick there by Byer, and it'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Right down below us is Villardo on that throw-in. Marshall high up on the air. Richie behind him. Marshall went flying, and they did make the call.
Yep.
Marshall went flying.
As they should.
Because Richie came in and undercut. And when that happens, obviously that's a dangerous play. So Jamison will get the free kick back around the 30 of Woodstock Academy. The Centaurs are back in action on Wednesday. I do believe that's the 19th. They're at Fitch. Right now they're trying to take care of business here. Richie, backside flip. Page got the loose ball. However, Bacon Academy wins that battle. Birch Collins with a big foot sends it downfield. They have to quickly, as Wilcox sends it back to Jamison, who pops one up in the air towards mid. No one knows where the ball is. Page and Richie were looking all around for it. Richie finally found it. Richie dribbles downfield. He's interrupted. Robbie sends it back to Jamison, who boots it downfield. That one will go out. Watch as Rose watches it. Under 10 minutes to play. They're using Jamison a lot in the back, aren't they?
Yes. And that's Paul Reardon football.
Ball is fought for along that far side. Jamison's got a good foot. Might as well utilize it.
Yeah.
Page was knocked off the ball. Picked up there by Pulse. Now he's knocked off the ball. Here comes Wyatt Robbie. Wyatt Robbie into the middle. Now, right by Austin Byer, unfortunate. Picked up by Marshall now for the Centaurs. Marshall tries to dribble through but cannot. Matucci, little side-winding flip up ahead to La Liberty. La Liberty to Farino. And now Wyatt Robbie ends up with it. It was actually Birch Collins. Jamison back out to Wyatt Robbie. Back into the middle. Back out to Marshall. Back into the middle again. And back over from Wilcox to Marshall. Into the middle to Page. Back over to Bushy. Up ahead, that's Lucas Quersha in the game. Up ahead quickly, Fongsa's on the ball. Defense spinning around for Bacon. They have to toss it over the end line. Be a corner for Woodstock Academy.
Good pressure by Woodstock. They haven't been down there much in this game, as you've said. But that was a nice counterattack.
Treat actually a nice job there just to get it over the end line, because he turned around and he knew he was in all sorts of trouble with Fongsa coming in. So this will be a corner kick for John Bennett. And Bennett boots it into the middle, and that one will be headed in the goal for Noah Page. Noah Page got on that ball, and a header off the corner from Bennett makes it a 1-1 game.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed a thing of beauty. That was a perfect set piece by Woodstock.
Absolutely. Bennett curled one in right off the head of Noah Page and into the back of the net.
Upper 90, perfect.
1-1 score. You know, it always happens when you say this is going to be a defensive battle. Sometimes it doesn't turn out that way.
Well,
1-1 is still a defensive battle. Let's put it that way. This is on the ball is Bacon Academy. Villardo got it ahead to Liberty, taken away by Marshall to Quersha. Quersha to Bushy. Bushy, a little right flip to the left leg. Over on the far side is Wilcox. Wilcox into the middle to Quersha. Tried to get it back out to Bushy. Off the ball briefly. Back on it now. Sends it across the field. Why not change things up? Here's Austin Byer. Byer sends it into the middle. Header out by Bacon Academy. A corner for Woodstock Academy.
And just like that, momentum changes.
Oh, yeah. You get a goal like that, and momentum does change. You got 5.5 to play here in this first half. And Bennett will be on the corner, you would imagine. Rightfully so.
Well, this one,
Bennett will send it in.
Takes it with his right.
And came over was Byer this time. Couldn't get a head on it. It'll go all the way to the other side of the net. Miskicked by Bacon. It'll be picked up by Bushy over on that far side. Over to Wilcox. Looks backwards. Rawson back over to Marshall. Marshall right at mid. Marshall could not get it around to Liberty. The two continue to battle. Here's Rawson on it. One time forward to Quersha. Quersha against Ritchie. Under 5 minutes to play first half. Noah Page boots it downfield. And that ball will roll, stay in. Nope, will go out. It'll be a throw in for Bacon Academy for
Good
Charlie
hustle
Rose.
by Bennett to catch up to that.
He almost got there. By the way, for Noah Page, goal number 4 on the season. So the senior is starting to get a little hot when it comes to goal scoring. That was Bushy with the header that went out off of a Bacon player. Riley Wilcox will get the throw in for the Centaurs. Up ahead, Rose. That one will go out. Be a throw in for Bacon Academy. Came in from Colchester. Got here pretty early, to be honest. Right around 2:30-ish.
Well, that's what we're seeing with transportation being so dear.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to get drivers. It's hard to get buses. It's expensive.
Oh.
So we're seeing teams get here very, very early or right at game time.
Yeah, or after game time. But the unfortunate side is, as you get later into October, and even now, is right around 6:15, it's pretty dark.
Yep.
So you got to get games going relatively fast. Luckily, no standard time until November 6th. So we got some time. And that'll be state tournament already before we even get into Eastern Standard when games have to start at 2. Throw in down below for Villardo. Villardo gets it into Ritchie. Tried to get around Marshall. Wyatt Robbie will track that one down. Then Wyatt Robbie waiting for it to go over the end line, and it did, so they got a goal kick out.
I like this referee. One of the Bacon players just took a dive, trying to get a call, and he just looked at him and waved his finger. No.
No. In basketball, it would be called a flop. But you can't do that.
3 minutes to go in this first half.
Yep, 1-1 between Woodstock Academy and Bacon Academy. Ball is popped into the middle, right at mid. Bacon Academy goes airborne, and they knock it back into the Woodstock end. Riley Wilcox on that far side. Lucas Quersha on it. Back over to Wilcox. Wilcox tried to get it back into the middle. It's picked up there by the Bobcats briefly. Now Logan Rawson sends it one time back to Jamison, who boots it out back to midfield. Bobcats, a header on it for Bacon Academy. Appleby did so. Went out of bounds. Marshall on this near side throws into Page. Page up ahead quickly.
That's a problem.
It could be a problem. A header
nice
over
job.
to St. Louis, though, and that's no longer a problem. So St. Louis on the ball.
Appleby did a nice job, and then St. Louis found his defender on the right side, streaking down the field, and it leads to a Bacon Academy break.
Counter, but it was kind of countered by Wyatt Robbie, who sends it back over on that far side. Bushy is on the ball right now. Bushy to Noah Page, right around the 15-yard line or so. Up ahead to Riley Wilcox as he nears midfield on the final 2 minutes of this first half. It'll go out. Be a throw-in on that far side for Bacon Academy. Halftime, I know Greg Smith has got a lot of announcements he's going to be talking about.
A lot of good things happening at Woodstock Academy that everybody needs to hear about.
That we'll be talking about at the half. Minute and a half to go, speaking of halftime. This is Bushy over to Marshall. Marshall picks it up. How about to the near side? Byer, and he just off his foot and kind of slipped away. A little liberty on the throw-in for Bacon Academy right down below as the sun comes back out.
It's going to be a problem in the second half.
Yeah, it could be for the keep. Yeah, for Jamison. Ritchie kind of pushed to get to that one. Couldn't before Rawson did. Ball to this near side. Marshall on it. Kicked forward by Appleby, and then all the way down to the end line where it should be a goal kick out and will be a goal kick out. So Jamison will boot this one away.
So we won't have an update probably from volleyball until deep in the second half.
If at all. Because unfortunately there's no one there to send us updates. Yeah, it's down in Fitch. I usually get a final, and we usually tweet the final out as soon as we do get a final. That ball over on the far side, picked up there by Farino for Bacon Academy, and a nice job by Wilcox just to take that one away. Yeah, nice job by Riley. Sent it downfield. Rose got on that ball, and he will still be in bounds, I think. Fought for over on that far side. Rose is still trying to make a nuisance of himself as the clock runs out of time.
That's a good first half.
No, not a bad first half at all. It was pretty even. Well, Bacon Academy took it early. Woodstock Academy took it back late. And we've got a 1-1 tie between the Woodstock Academy Centaurs and Bacon Academy Bobcats. Be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Olivia from Pomfret, and I'm a senior at the Woodstock Academy. I've grown so much as a student musician here at WA. The teachers are so friendly, and they've really helped me build my skills and confidence. Field trips, festivals, concerts, musicals, the opportunities here are endless, and these experiences have definitely broadened my horizons and prepared me for the future.
Our Future Centaurs open house on October 23rd is the best time for you to explore the Woodstock Academy experience. Register at woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at busquetsappliance.com. Pay more, what for?
And we're back with you. Halftime here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. A 1-all score between Woodstock Academy and the Bacon Academy Bobcats in a very interesting game.
Absolutely.
It's been back and forth, but there's been a lot of back and forth play, I guess.
If time of possession was worth points, Bacon would have more.
Correct.
But it's not. And Woodstock Academy was absolutely amazing on their first corner kick, and Noah Page That's the thing that makes coaches very happy. You draw it up like that, and then the team goes out and does it.
No
thing
question.
Of beauty.
And not a lot of shots on goal when you really look at it. 3 for Bacon Academy, 2 for Woodstock Academy. So we did say this was going to be a defensive game. We anticipated a defensive game. Yeah, we have a 1-1 score. Still very defensive-oriented.
Well, what
midfield-oriented.
What Woodstock's getting Bacon to do by playing the ball back to Jamison so much is stretching Bacon's offense. They have to go back and mark Brian Jamison, and it's stretching him out, and it's leaving holes. So Woodstock is going to be able to counterattack more readily. Bacon can't just drop back because Brian Jamison is such a force.
And remember that the goal that was set up from Bennett to Noah Page was set up by one of those counterattacks, Jeff Fongsa, racing downfield and forced Bacon to send it over the back line, thus creating the corner.
Exactly.
So that counterattack certainly has a role to play in this game, without a doubt. Greg Smith, I know you have some things that you said you want to talk about.
I do. First, from Mr. John Rigney. There's a leadership conference at Woodstock Academy on October 27th on South Campus. There will be workshops to develop leadership skills. This is for grades 8th through all grades of high school. If you're interested, go to woodstockacademy.org, Leadership Conference, and you will see all the information. Samantha Romero and Rachel Budd would like everybody to know that Reflections, a contemporary sculpture exhibit at the gallery at the Luce Center for the Arts, October 13th through November 17th. That is free. And if
13th through the 17th, so a final day is today?
No, November 17th.
November, I'm sorry. I got lost. I was looking at something.
For information on this, go to theluce.org. We'd like to send out our congratulations to Brad Favreau and his entire staff on a successful alumni weekend.
Nice.
The Ocean State Pops Orchestra will be performing a holiday concert at the Luce Center for the Arts on December 3rd. Our Hill Singers will be the opening act. If you want any information on this wonderful activity, go on theluce.org. That's THELOOS.org. Joe Musamichi and the Student Council would like everybody to know that Woodstock Academy again is sponsoring Trick or Treat Street. Kids under 10, October 28th from 3 to 6 p.m. on the North Campus Bowen Building first floor. And if you've never gone to this, you have to see it. Different clubs and organizations get a room. They decorate the room, and it is magical. We live in such an area. We live in an area that doesn't have neighborhoods. So what do? We all live out in the country where there's space between houses. Well, how do you get your kids to go That's how you get your kids to go trick-or-treating. So go see the Student Council's Trick or Treat Street. That's October 28th from 3 to 6 for children under 10. Holly Singleton would like everybody to know, our assistant head of school and the sponsor of the Bee Club. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Bee Club, this is one of the coolest things that we do. Students committed to the well-being and support of members of our community, and that doesn't have to be kids that go to our school or their families. That's anybody in our sending towns, anybody who face medical hardships. They raise money. They do fundraisers to try and defray the cost of medical emergencies. They're having a raffle for a PS5, a PlayStation 5, and those things cost a lot of money. $10 for one ticket, $50 for 6 tickets, and $100 for 15 tickets. The drawing's going to be at the half of the Thanksgiving Day game versus Killingly, and that's going to be at
Nichols College.
Nichols
and
College, and we'll be
live.
there. We'll probably announce the winner.
We probably will.
I
In
would
fact, I'm
think.
sure we will. That'll be coming up in a very short. I'm hard to say this, but Thanksgiving is
right around the corner.
About a month away.
I got to start cooking.
Yeah, you might want to. Hey, we got to take a short break. We'll be back for second half action. Woodstock Academy and Bacon Academy. We're tied.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Mel, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof! Uh-oh.
Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
Show me. Who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
When it comes to financial planning, one size fits all isn't a fit at all. Ask the O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, about the exclusive Confident Retirement approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach towards financial balance, so you can feel confident about the future as well as your wants and needs of today. With the Confident Retirement approach and a one-on-one relationship with an advisor, the O'Brien Group will help you live life and save for tomorrow in a way that's right for you. It's what financial balance is all about. So call me, Pat O'Brien, today at 860-208-9913. My office is conveniently located above the Shopper's Guide in downtown Putnam, Connecticut at 66 Main Street.
The Confident Retirement approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
One the score as we return to the Bentley Athletic Complex. Mark Allard to Greg Smith along with you on this Monday afternoon. Tomorrow, right back with you again. Woodstock Academy against Fitch girls soccer for the first time this season on the air. Right about 3:45, 4 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark, depending when Fitch gets here. Of course, they've got a long trip to make from Groton.
Good.
So we'll be right... We'll be on right around that 4 o'clock time, maybe a little bit earlier, like we were today. Then on Wednesday, I'm jumping ahead of myself. On Wednesday, it's Woodstock Academy Prep Soccer. They take on Putnam Science Academy. Could be a good one. Right about 3:30ish here at the Bentley Athletic Complex.
And if you haven't seen this, hockey coach Bob Donahue and I were talking about what it's like to watch that team play. It's fun.
Different brand of soccer, no question about that. On Friday, we conclude the week with field hockey. Woodstock Academy with their senior day against Norwich Free Academy right here at the Bentley Athletic Complex, right around 3:45. We'll be on maybe a little bit earlier for that one because it is, after all, senior day once again. So we'll be picking up some of the senior days as we go along.
With more than a minute to go in halftime, both teams were out on the field ready to go.
You think they're ready to play?
I do indeed.
1-1 the score. Fangsa will send it back over to Bushy. Bushy to Bennett, to Riley Wilcox to this near side, back over to Bushy. Bushy sends it into the middle, one flip back by Noah Page to Fangsa, but Fangsa cannot get ahead of steam going. Ball comes right back to this near side, still along the near side end line, sideline, no call. Everybody thought it was out except the officials. Wyatt Robbie goes over to Bushy. Bushy crosses it. Oh, that was off the hand, and he kind of controlled it. I thought he put a hand on it anyway. Right into the face of Quercia, off the foot of Velardo. That ball will go back to midfield. Picked up there by Marshall. Knocked away by Sam Molino. Back at midfield. Picked up there by, that is number 5, La Liberty. And over on that far side, Bacon Academy Velardo sends it downfield. Rawson with a foot. Back to Molino. And that's along that far side, still fought for. Molino on it again. Ritchie got a foot on it for Bacon Academy. Goes through 3 defenders, finally picked up by Rawson. Up ahead to Bennett. A little fancy footwork for Bennett against La Liberty, actually against Pulse. Rose got in the play and is booted away by Treat. Rawson on it. Where'd the sun go? Sun has suddenly disappeared here.
Well, as you said earlier, it's going to start raining again.
There's some gray clouds approaching from my left, which would be, unfortunately, from the west, which is where the rain would be coming from. So hopefully that will not be the case. But that's why we put a tent up, even though it does have holes in it. Okay, ball goes out on that far side. It'll be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy as Korsha will race over there to get it. Evan St. Louis is the keeper for Bacon Academy. Hasn't been bothered too much. She has made one save so far. This ball is back out. This is sent in by Fongsa, and there's a second save off the shot from Jeff Fongsa.
I like Korsha's white shoes.
You like those?
Yeah, those are special.
Sharp.
Yep.
Page with the header back into the middle. Picked up there by Bennett. One times it into the middle for Korsha. Korsha back over to Bushy. Down below us is Bennett. Bennett, knocked away. And it'll be a throw-in down below for the Bobcats. Charlie Rose right down below us into Ritchie. Korsha's on him. Matucci watched that one roll by. Picked up there by the Bobcats. This is La Liberty with the right foot, sends it in, and it's over the top and off the fence. Long send in by Matucci. But that really has been the case. Do we have any rain coming? No.
Nope.
Okay, good.
We're good.
Just some dark clouds. I mean, they look pretty impressive to my
yes,
left.
They do.
So I'm not too sure about that radar.
No, it's coming. It's on the New York border
okay.
and coming up.
Well,
it's coming
hopefully
from
it
the
stays
south.
on the New York border for a while.
Yep.
Ball is sent all the way back to Riley Wilcox. Wilcox along this near side, up ahead to Lucas Korsha. Korsha bothered out there by Pulse, so he has to send it back to Rawson. Just underway, second half, 1-1 score between the Centaurs and the Bobcats. Little side winder from Appleby back into the middle. Fought for over on that far side. Bobcats elect just to send it back to their defense. Back into the middle, where most of this game has taken place. Noah Page on the ball. Tries to bring it down. Gives it over to Garrett Bushy. Looks back to Page, and Page has to watch that one kind of go by him. Picked up there by Pulse. Knocked away from Pulse. He'll go on the far side again. Back around midfield is where we are. On that ball was Dante Ritchie for Bacon. Ball popped into the middle. Sent back to midfield. On it is Farino. Farino looked to his left and went to his right. Nice move, and he's still in midfield area. Sends it up ahead. This is Matucci, who owns the only goal for Bacon Academy. With the right foot to Jamison's right, and Jamison the sliding dive just in time in front of, I do believe, La Liberty coming in.
La Liberty was streaking in on the left-hand side, and Jamison laid out to get that ball before it got to the Bacon midfielder.
Yeah, even though it was a semi-cross, you got to kind of give the save on that one.
That's a save.
Yeah, no question about that one. So as the ball goes over to that far side, it'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy.
Sub coming in for Marshall.
Yep, Marshall's coming out. Owen Tracy comes back into the game for Paul Reardon's crew. Of course, Reardon just back from Liverpool, unfortunately due to a family emergency, and he was very grateful with all the response he got from the Woodstock Academy community and all the good wishes that were sent. This ball is right around midfield. Ball is knocked away from Bushy. Charlie Rose gets a knee on it. Rose turns it around and sends it upfield to Farino until Wilcox got there, and then Rose with the left foot this time. Ritchie battling downfield with Robbie. It goes, Robbie went, woof. That was a tough one.
Stopping the clock.
Yeah, absolutely stopping the clock on that one. That one was a very difficult one. There are cement stands here, and that was not a good way to go in.
You got to get these players away from each other, because the kid
question.
that did it.
It was actually battling for it, and the two of them were going in, and everybody is making sure that everybody's clearing on out. So Wyatt Robbie being attended to on the sideline. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more from the Bentley Athletic Complex in just a moment.
Hi, this is Jeff Busquet.
And Kaylin Busquet of Steve Busquet's Appliance and TV, your hometown appliance store. We've been committed to providing the lowest prices and best customer service in the area for over 35 years, and we are excited to continue this tradition at our newest location, now open at 600 Main Street in Willimantic. We carry and service your favorite and most trusted brands of appliances, TVs, and furniture.
We know you've all heard about back orders in the appliance industry, but at Busquets, our salespeople can find you what you're looking for in stock and ready to be delivered. Amana washers and dryers are only $4.89 each. Whirlpool front-load washers and dryers are only $8.49 each and can handle a king-size comforter. Frigidaire 18-cubic-foot refrigerators are only $6.75. And just arriving, a new batch of Scratch and Dent appliances at our Willimantic store. Scratch and Dent are brand new with a full warranty. We have 18-cubic-foot refrigerators for $5.99. Side-by-side refrigerators start at $8.99. And remember, at Busquets, we service everything we sell and take a year to pay interest-free.
Check us out at one of our locations in Danielson and Willimantic or online at BusquetsAppliance.com. Pay more, what for?
We're back with you and back underway as Bacon Academy will just throw that ball in to Brian Jamison, I think.
Yep.
And now timeouts are called again. I think they didn't have a sub in for Wyatt Robbie quite yet. Now coming back on is it Sangasi. So Wyatt Robbie went to the sidelines where he is being attended to. He did get up under his own power, which was a good sign. There's no question about that. This will be a kick out by Brian Jamison, and we are back underway. 1-1 score, 34 minutes.
Well, as soon as Wyatt is cleared, he'll be back on the field.
No question about it.
Because you need a lot more than a cement block to take out Wyatt Robbie.
It's just hard because right along these sidelines are cement blocks, and the sidelines are not far from the cement blocks. If you have any momentum coming forward, it's a difficult land. Let's put it that way.
I would say that's 6 feet between the sideline and the
that
bottom
cement.
of the stands.
Yeah, it's just tough. Hopefully he's okay. He did, as we say, go off on his own power. Riley Wilcox with the ball. Over to Bushy. Back over to Noah Page. It's been a tough enough year already. We didn't need any more. Ball is back around midfield for Bacon Academy. That ball knocked away from La Liberty. And this is Bushy with the ball now. Up ahead to Sangasi. That ball booted downfield. La Liberty, it looks like he got an elbow. And that ball will go out to be a throw-in for Bacon Academy.
La Liberty's looking to clear his head.
Yeah.
He's just wandering around.
Yeah, he got either struck.
He got an elbow.
Yeah, an elbow right in the side of the face. Rose with the ball. Over to Tyler Pulse. Back over to Charlie Rose. This is Matucci to Farino. Farino right down below us. Rose right back at Quersha. The ball goes out.
That's the second time Quersha's got absolutely jacked.
Right in the face twice. Not easy. Not on purpose. It's just that one was kicked forward, and here came Quersha. You got most of it. Header by Farino. Molino now with the ball. Farino, Molino. I'm a poet, and I don't know it. Ball's into the middle. Ritchie one-timed it. Owen Tracy tracing after it. Cannot get there. La Liberty got there first. It'll be a throw-in which way? They got subs first. The Bobcats will have the throw-in, and they are going to give La Liberty a little break after he was holding his face. A lot of people are holding their face right now in this game.
And with 31, almost 32 minutes left.
That ball goes through. Jamison Farino was coming in.
Oh, don't touch goalies.
No, you can't.
Don't touch a goalie.
That was close. That was close. That's Molino who got a foot on it to Farino, knocked away by Wilcox. Now Page gets on it. Here's Matucci who sends it in. It has to be a save for Jamison. I don't think Page ever saw coming in from behind him Farino. And so he just thought that it was good to leave it to go for Jamison, but Farino was right behind him. This is Bennett. Tried to get it to a keeper, and unfortunately for Bacon Academy, they're going to have to kick it to the side because Evan St. Louis had come out, and they managed to work it downfield. Rose to Farino, who's just about everywhere. It'll be a throw-in for the Bobcats.
Got another sub coming in for Bacon.
That was almost dangerous because Appleby thought he could send it back to his keeper, but Evan St. Louis was going by him as he was kicking it to him. And fortunately for Bacon, not fortunate for Woodstock, the ball kind of harmlessly just drifted off to the right side and was able for Appleby to go get it. Speaking of him, he's got the ball now. Up ahead to Farino. Knocked off the ball, but they get it back. New player in there, Trey Johnson with the ball. That ball knocked away. This is J.P. Fougerus, who sends it all the way back, and it'll be St. Louis who's going to pick that one up. We've played 10 minutes of this second half. 1-1 score. Page back into the middle.
If you notice, Page has moved back to a fullback position. He's no longer playing the midfield. So you wonder if Coach is playing for the tie at this point. I'm not saying that they want a tie, but putting one of your best players back there on the defensive line certainly gives you a little bit more stability.
It does. And not only that, you also have Wyatt Robbie, who is your stable person back in that defensive end, out of the game right now. So in my book, maybe that's more of the reason that you had to move Page back there.
And we've got a couple of folks over there talking to Wyatt. He's still sitting down,
making sure that he's okay.
Right.
Now, again, when you hit a stone wall, you also have to think about the other issues, concussion, et cetera, and so on.
And we don't know. We couldn't see what hit that wall.
No, we could not. I mean, maybe he got an arm up ahead. I don't know. I just know it was not looking good.
No.
Fortunately,
and he was moving.
Yeah. Fortunately, he got up pretty quickly. So, I mean, that's a good sign. But you still have to go through all the protocol to make sure everything's in place.
No hitch in his gait, head up, shoulders
he
back.
looked okay. I mean, I'm sure he was stunned. I mean, you don't go into a stone wall and not get stunned. This ball is in the midfield. Knocked off, and on the ball right now as Austin Byer goes down. The call will go against Bacon Academy. Austin Byer, and they'll take it. Quersha quickly up ahead. Got it right over to Addison Timok. This ball is sent forward, and they're going to let St. Louis come up and pick it up. Appleby just kind of watched it go over there. And St. Louis said, this one's mine. I'd like to thank our sponsors of our broadcast all season long, all year long. Busquets Appliances and TV, and Willimantic and Danielson, Girardi Insurance Services, and the O'Brien Financial Group. I'd like to thank all three, and of course the Oconchabar Productions for all of his help all season long as we continue to bring you Woodstock Academy Athletics. This ball is sent from over to St. Louis from a treat. Ball popped up in the air. Now it's a little bit of a bouncing ball battle, and Matucci finally put that one down in front of Bushy. Quersha back to the middle, back to the D. Rawson to the far side, bounced right by the Bacon Academy defense. St. Louis is forced to go and get it. Be sending it down that far side to La Liberty.
Nice to see him back in the game.
It is. He comes back quickly, no question. That ball off the backside of a foot of a Bacon Academy player. Matucci can't control it. Quersha picks it up. Back to Sangassi.
Nice D by Bennett.
Up to Timok. Timok trying to get that ball back. It went out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. And we have more subs coming in. Birch Collins comes back into the game for the Bobcats. Fought for, and he'll go off of Bacon that time. It'll be Woodstock Academy throw-in. Tracy quickly to Sangassi with the header. One time back by Byer, and it will roll right to St. Louis. Not really a shot, just trying to get it into the area. You never know. He had his back turned, trying to just get something to happen. Right down below us is Farino. He's got Collins with him. Wilcox behind him. Farino tries to get through three defenders and fires it. Jamison came out and knocked it away. I don't think it was really on goal.
No.
But it will be a corner now for the Bobcats as Farino will go over and take it.
But absolutely, if you're Brian Jamison, you don't take any chances.
No. Wasn't really, I guess you can give it a shot, but not really a save because it was never really heading towards the net. Jamison just didn't know who was behind him, I think, and opted to get rid of it. So Farino on the corner. for the Bobcats, sends it into the middle, was looking for Collins, Liberty got a foot on it. The Centaurs able to clear briefly, picked up and sent back in and over the top of the net by Caden Treat.
We're stopping the clock.
What for?
La Liberté is stopping the clock. La Liberté is going over
He's
to
going to get a card or a talking to. Right now it's a talking to. Not necessarily a card, just a talking to. Made a point and then said, okay, you got it. Let's play. No card.
Well, if you stop the clock, there should be a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
I'm not going to disagree with that. Jamison boots it out ahead of Collins. 25-minute mark here. Ball comes down in front, knocked away by Quersha. Quersha trying to get through. One thing I do not know, and what it was agreed upon, because these are two non-divisional opponents, Bacon Academy's in Division II of the ECC, Woodstock Academy in Division I. It's my understanding that it's kind of, as far as you know what is concerned,
right,
those two letters that happen when you have a tie game at the end of regulation, then it's kind of dictated by the two coaches and if they want to play the extra time. And again, the other thing is dictated by is light.
Right.
And so at this point, I think we'd be good with 25 minutes to go. But we have, it's only 5:14, so we'd probably be fine. But they do not have to play overtime. So we'll see if they've decided to or not. And like you said, Coach Paul Reardon might be satisfied with the tie.
Right.
I mean, you get a
He's
tie,
gotta
you're
get 1-1.
Yeah, all you need to do is another win, and you're in the tournament, essentially. At least as the way I have it figured out. This ball is sent by Bennett over the top. It'll go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for St.
Bennett
Louis.
wants that one back.
He
wants
does.
that one back.
It's like, oh, that's just not where I wanted that one to go. By the way, I also would like to mention congratulations to Lauren Brule, a Woodstock Academy senior. Now, not only did she win the last two cross-country meets on Tuesday and on Friday against NFA and Fitch, one at home and one on the road, she also influenced Fitch to change their course, which was kind of interesting. We'll get into that if we can. Here's that ball goes to the far side. Timok is going to let this one's going to get over the line. Off of whom? It's a corner for Woodstock Academy.
Timok, since he's come into the game, has had just quite a few runs down there that have been excellent.
Bennett, of course, will come over to take the corner. Our corner specialist.
And Noah Page is in the box.
Figure that one out. Last time that combination worked pretty well. 6:22 to go in the first half. Bennett to Page, goal, tie game. So Bennett with the right foot.
Gotta love when set pieces work.
Page to the far post.
Outswinger.
Sends it in. Page a header, and St. Louis on the save. Just didn't get it high enough off of that one.
St. Louis was staring right at Page. He knew where he was.
Had to. You had to know it was going to him, and that was correct assumption.
Right.
That ball will be on the far side, a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Ball pops loose. La Liberty is on it. Timok knocked down on the play. Kicked in the ankle possibly as well. It's not been a game for the faint of heart.
There are
Rose
bodies
and Bennett battling
everywhere.
for that one. This is Bushy on the ball now for the Centaurs against Matucci. Page sends it back to Jamison. Jamison's got to boot it away from Birch Collins and does. But Lauren Brule made her point known as far as the Fitch cross-country course was concerned because Fitch ran 2.6 miles down in Groton at the Haley Farm State Park. Now, the rules, according to the CIAC, are you can be, if you're following the girls' cross-country rules, you could be 4K to 5K. So it's okay. It's the range was there. But in their state championship rules, the girls are, so all meets are 5K, 3.1 miles. So what Lauren Brule said was, hold it, the boys run a 5K, why shouldn't we be running a 5K? Right. And she did ask the CIAC, what was the reason behind it? The CIAC said to Woodstock Academy, they do not respond directly. They responded to the school with the question. That'll be a goal kick out for the Bobcats. Responded to the school with the question and said, well, now it's a league issue because you have a league meet. It's really up to the league to decide. Holly Singleton, our associate head of school, made Fitch aware. Fitch athletic director Mark Romano said he didn't even know that was happening, but it was quickly corrected. So the Centaurs went down to Fitch, ran 3.1 miles. The ECC has a new rule.
Nice.
All cross-country races are now 5K. So congratulations to Lauren Brule.
As they should be. When that rule was made, the thinking was probably delicate women can't run that far. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And that has probably been on the books for up 10 years.
Yep.
And no one really looked at the rule, and no one really paid attention to the rule until Lauren Brule did. This is Richie with the ball. Richie got it over to Birch Collins. Richie got it off. Oh, Collins got a right foot on it, but sent it wide, and I mean way wide. So no real chance on that one for Collins. That was like my drive yesterday that I put into the woods, dead left. Jamison will have a goal kick out at the halfway mark of the second half.
Is Birch Collins the most New England name you've ever heard?
Kind of works,
yeah,
doesn't it? Birch Collins. That ball sent upfield. It'd only be better if it was like Birch Chestnut or something like that, Bushy. Cross.
Oh, nice ball.
To Quersha, up to Bennett. And it was not Quersha. It was number 21, Zach Armbruster, who's into the game over on that far side. That ball is booted away by Bacon Academy. I think he replaced it Timok, and Timok, remember, got kicked in the ankle a little bit, probably.
Oh, unfortunate.
That ball is loose in the middle to Farino. Farino against Bushy. Farino tripped up. I think he kind of made that up a little bit. The officials didn't make the call because of it. He kind of made that happen himself. Richie with the ball. Good call by the officials. I'm going to give him a plus on that one. Rose downfield, and that one will roll out and be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I saw.
Yep.
That was one of those, oops, I fell. Nope, you didn't. So it'll be a Wilcox throw-in to this near side.
Well, that's one of the things that Americans have never embraced is the amount of flopping that is done in international soccer. And
the amount of crying that follows.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And the American game just isn't that.
No, it's more physical. And you can't call everything because you'd have no time to call. You'd have so much extra time at the end, it'd be pathetic. So it'll be a free kick for Armbruster, maybe Armbruster. No, free kick for Bacon Academy. My bad.
In a dangerous spot.
Yeah, right about the 32. So about 42 out. Is it going to be Tyler Pulse? 43 out now. Tyler, it's actually number 16, Appleby, who will send this one in. Appleby sends it in. Jamison comes up and makes the catch off the free kick. 5 shots for Bacon Academy. And that is going to be a free kick for Woodstock Academy as Bushy was knocked down from behind. Pulse came over and gave him a tap on the back. Said, I'm sorry. But it will be a free kick for Noah Page right about midfield. Well, how far down can Noah Page bring this ball down? It's come down a few yards
pretty
already.
Close.
Yeah, pretty close. So Page will kick it from there.
Give him the whistle.
And the boot downfield. Evan St. Louis watches this one, headed out by Bacon. Richie turns on it off of Bennett, or I should say Bushy. It'll come to this near side. Sangasi was on that one, kicked away by Treat. Collins, Bennett for the Centaurs. Back to mid. Tracy. Armbruster one time, but it was knocked away by Bacon. That's a handball, and they're going to call it eventually. Certainly the advantage was for Matucci when he put out the hand and knocked the ball down. And that's what you look for in handball calls is advantage.
And
advantage for one, and was it intentional or not? That one, pretty intentional if there ever was one. So Noah Page from about the 39, if you're looking at it from the football field. 49 yards out from the net of Evan St. Louis. A long boot in. This one will come to the right side of St. Louis. Bicycle doesn't work for Sangasi. It'll be a goal kick out for Bacon Academy.
And, Mark, some good news is Wyatt Robbie's on the sideline with a ball.
Good.
working out his legs.
And just lost the ball over
Yeah.
the fence. But it's a good sign anyway that Wyatt Robbie
He's
is
up
up
and
and moving and hitting a ball. I don't know if we'll see him or not.
Now Coach Reardon's got an arm around his shoulder, so
Probably not. Well, maybe.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we might. We might be
pointing.
seeing him. Yeah, he's pointing. So I think we're going to see Wyatt Robbie come back onto the
he's
field.
got a cut. Sangasi's got a cut on his hand, I think.
Okay, so Sangasi has to come out. Well, that gives you a chance to bring Robbie back in. And I think he is going to be the substitute, if I'm right here. Still talking to the trainer, making sure that he's all bandaged up.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Everybody's bandaged up. Here's Wyatt Robbie back in him again for the Woodstock Academy Centaurs. Big hand from the stands and worthwhile. Let's put it that way. Very worthy of that hand,
Now, Mark,
that applause.
I've been teaching at Woodstock Academy for 30 years, and I had Wyatt Robbie and Brian Jameson in the same class, and I got to tell you, in 31 years of teaching, I don't think I've had two more amazing individuals that
Nice.
just they want to learn for the sake of learning. And how often do you get to say that?
Not often. Owen Tracy. That ball knocked away by Armbruster. Way
Deep.
out. Yeah, that's deep. Over the back of the scoreboard. So it will be a throw-in on that far side for the Centaurs. Does Jason Tata go up and over it? No. He'll send somebody else into the lands of snake and bugs.
Trevor Gold got up and jumped right over the fence and was gone.
He may not come back.
Right.
That ball's going to go over the end line. It'll be a goal kick out for Bacon Academy. 15 minutes left to play in regulation, a 1-1 score. Both goals coming in the first half. Nico Matucci got one for Bacon Academy at the 16:58 mark off an assist, off a throw-in from Appleby. And then Noah Page equaled it up off a corner from John Bennett with 6:22 to play in the first half, and that's where we're at. This is Farino. Upfield, Robbie got in the way of that. It'll go out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy deep in Woodstock Academy territory. Charlie Rose down there to offer a helping hand. Now come flying in, but they're going to throw it over the top. Tried to get it into Ritchie and does, and it will be kicked right back the other way. And it'll be, is it a throw-in or a corner? It will be a corner. Okay, corner for Bacon Academy. And it will be Farino taking it.
Throw. The other offside ref is saying throw.
Okay. And it was hard to tell from us from here because that flag, it's hard to tell the depth perception of where that came around the flag. So Rose throws it into Ritchie instead. Ritchie turns, sends it to the backside of the net. And Jamison will get a goal kick out.
These referees are doing a good job communicating with each other because our referee on our sideline didn't have a good look at whether that was a corner or a throw, and the other referee had a better look.
He was on the line.
Let him know.
Yep, he was on the line. So a goal kick out for Jamison.
Boy, do you want to head that?
No, but they did anyway.
Yeah.
Tyler Pulse said, I don't care. I'm just going to head it out of here. Picked up by Bacon Academy, back around the 30, into the middle to Matucci. Matucci coming on, sends it to the corner just wide of the Woodstock Academy net, just to the right of Jamison. Sixth shot on goal for Bacon Academy. Woodstock Academy, a sixth shot on goal this half for Bacon Academy. Woodstock Academy has two so far. That makes it 9-4 in favor of shots for Bacon Academy in this game. So Jamison to kick it out with 13:07 to play in regulation. Ball is at midfield. Matucci got it into the Liberty. Back flips it. Riley Wilcox settles it down. Picked up by Matucci. Matucci sends it across the field to Collins. Collins and Jamison gobbled it up. Nice job by Jamison. Collins a little bit of a mishit, and Jamison was able to gobble it up.
That's a great goalie right there. That is a great goalie. Because he could have got run over like a possum in the road. He didn't care. He was going after that ball.
So it'd be
look at that punt.
And that punt's all the way down to the 40. Picked up there by the Bobcats briefly. Now Fongsa's on it. Armbruster. No, actually it's Bennett. Yep. And the ball goes out. Be a throw-in for the Bobcats. They'll send it down. Bennett got up in the air, managed to get it back to Armbruster. On to Fongsa. Fongsa with the right foot knocked away by the Bobcats. Picked back up by Bennett, knocked away by the Bobcats. Will be a throw-in for Woodstock Academy. Armbruster on that far side. Now Bennett's going to do so, but we have subs in the process. Owen Tracy, I think, trotting back in. Or is that Ferreira? That's Max Ferreira back into the game for the Centaurs. They'll get it over to Ferreira. Bennett sends it into the middle. Rose boots it out. Be knocked forward by the Bobcats, back the other way, playing a little kickball out there. Booted away by the Bobcats. Something you won't see a lot of on our prep soccer broadcast that we're going to, stop the clock again. Now what do we have over on that far side? Is it an injury? The trainer is looking. I'm looking for
Wyatt Robbie's coming off the field.
Okay. That could be something with a bandage he has on.
Well, he's got his wrist taped.
And he's also got a bandage on the side of his face. And I don't know if that popped loose, or maybe the officials saw something they didn't like in his manner, if you know what I'm saying. Maybe
the way he was moving?
Exactly. Because officials are trained to watch out for the goodwill of players in high school. And if there is an issue, they do inform the coaches that they see something that they don't think is quite right. So this will be a free kick for the Centaurs, and they were over there talking with Wyatt Robbie right now. And he's going to go and either get some more treatment or something. They also have Timok over there who's receiving some treatment. So the trainers have been busy today. This ball is booted downfield. Bacon Academy's head coach is over there looking as well. Nice job by Skip Starks to say something to Wyatt Robbie as well. And it looked like it was encouraging, by all means. La Liberty with the header. Knocked down into the ground, picked up there by the Centaurs, tried to be turned around, back into midfield. Sent downfield by Rawson. Rawson tried to get it to Ferreira,
and
that ball will be a corner indeed. It was off the head of Bacon Academy. So a corner for Woodstock Academy. Bennett will be the man on it. Page has got a long way to go to get down there. A little bit of a run from the back of the defensive line all the way to the box. But Page is not too concerned about that right now. He's more concerned about where Bennett's corner will end up with 10.5 minutes to play in regulation. So Bennett on the boot. Sends it in. And it goes behind St. Louis. Knocked out of the goal. And it'll be another corner. Yeah, Bushy got on it. And I think St. Louis barely knocked that one over the top.
Bushy put that ball down and hard, and it bounced up and over St. Louis, and he just got a hand on it to knock it over the crossbar.
Agreed. So that was close.
Now this is going to be an in-swinger with Bennett taking this one. This will go in towards the goalie.
Fourth corner of the half for Woodstock Academy. Sent down and knocked away just at the last moment. I think that was Birch Collins off the header from Page, I think it was, correct?
Yep.
I think Page got the head on it, but Collins was there to stop the shot.
This is a throw-in for Woodstock deep, as deep as you can be.
So the throw-in for Bennett. And that one falls into the middle of the defense. Collins again on the foot. He's asking for a touch by Woodstock Academy. He's going to get the call. There'll be a throw-in for Bacon. As they try to get it out of their own end, it was getting dangerous.
Yep.
Fortunately for Bacon, unfortunately for Woodstock Academy, the score still 1-1. With 9 minutes to play, that ball booted.
Ethan Craig.
Yep. Hit off of a Bacon player before it went out, so it'll be a throw-in right down below us for Riley Wilcox.
First time we called Ethan's name.
Yeah.
You imagine coming into a game this far in?
This ball was knocked away from Bushy. Bushy back on it again. Kind of made a nice move. Kind of slipped on the ball. Got it to Quorcia, though. Over to Page. Far side to Bennett. Bennett kind of the quarterback. He hasn't scored this year, but he has 5 assists. And actually 6 as of today because he assisted on the Page goal.
I'm just really impressed at how he just covers the entire field.
Yeah.
Everywhere the ball is, Bennett's there.
There's another header by Bennett. They play at midfield. It goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy over on that far side. Throw in deep. Richie watches that one just
Never-
kind of roll
never
out.
went
It'll
in.
be a throw in for Woodstock Academy. 1-1 the score, under 8 minutes to play in regulation. Between Woodstock Academy and Bacon Academy, if you're just joining us, Bacon Academy, the white jerseys with the blue, and Woodstock Academy, of course, in the navy blue and gold. Out on the field. Getting a little bit darker here already. It's 5:30. That's when the sun starts to dip. And I think it's already dipped, to be honest.
Byer just came in for Korsha.
Ball downfield, a header. Back around that far side, picked up by Fongsa.
Fields.
Fongsa to Korsha, trying to get it onto the foot of Timok, I think, was racing downfield. It goes out, and it
That's
will
a
be
throw.
a throw for Woodstock Academy. No, it was actually Max Ferreira who was racing downfield, who was trying to get underneath that one. That ball was just booted. So it'll be a throw in for Woodstock Academy, deep in Bacon Academy territory.
So deep.
Yeah, very deep, right around the flag, in fact.
And
The
there-
quick short throw in. They got it over to Byer from Bushy, but it'll be the other way this time. And I think it will be
illegal
free.
throw?
Yeah, I think it was something to that effect. I think that's what he ruled. Was actually it's a free kick. Yeah, so it was something, maybe a handball, or something to that effect down that other side. So a free kick out for Appleby for Bacon Academy. And Appleby will boot it downfield. Right underneath, it was hit forward by Wilcox. Rose fights for it for Bacon. It goes out, throw in for Wilcox right down below us. 6 minutes to play in regulation. Long throw, Rose with the backside. On to Treat. Up ahead to Farino. Tried to get it to La Liberty. They've been quiet in this half. Rawson tries to change field. Picked up by the Bobcats. Matucci to Rose. Around Byer to Farino. Byer knocked it out of bounds. Throw in for Rose. Right down below us. That was a header. Knocked behind.
Look at Page.
Yeah, just wrestling for the ball. Knocked back into the middle. Partially deflected. Fongsa tried to get up. Could not. Ball back out to Appleby. The fullback sends it deep. That one will roll all the way back to Jamison with 5.5 to play.
This has been just a very good high school soccer game.
It has been. Very, very even.
Yep.
You know, some issues, some physical play, but even in many respects, as the scoreboard indicates, with a 1-1 tie. Fongsa with the header. Fongsa got the ball back, trying to work his way past Treat. Fongsa still working, had it knocked away. Matucci on the ball for the Bobcats, looking for some help. Trying to be a quarterback and directing out there. Birch Collins on it, up ahead to La Liberty.
You don't want to bring up quarterbacks today, do you?
No, I do not want to bring up quarterbacks. Shot in by La Liberty. You noticed how I shut down that conversation real quick. Because I know who you were going to bring up. A certain number 12 who wears green and gold and didn't do very well yesterday.
That was not a good game.
Yeah, that's one I didn't watch. Oh, the Packers, what can I say? St. Louis will watch this ball come back to him. The Patriots did win. I'll give them credit. Of course, they were playing the Cleveland Browns. That ball comes in over the top. La Liberty tried to get on it, could not get to it. Matucci could not get to it. Bushy does, but Farino battling, and he went into the heart, into the rocks. Luckily for him, it was just a chest bump, and I think he got his hands out.
Oh, this is
another dangerous situation. This is Birch Collins over Jamison into the back of the net, and Birch Collins got the goal. I think it was number 19. Am I accurate?
Yes.
If it is, it's Birch Collins. Far side of the net, over the top of Jamison. I think it was sent in by Treat, if I'm correct, number 17.
I thought it was 15.
15, Farino. Okay. I'll take you on that one. We could just check the tape, right? So a 2-1 game with 3.5 to play here at the Bentley Athletic Complex. I think everybody kind of stopped when it was Treat actually who went into the stone wall. And everybody kind of looked. And then I think that actually benefited Collins just a little bit. A ball knocked upfield. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy on that far side. Now, they're going to take all the time in the world.
No rush.
Jamison's racing over to get the ball, but it's going to take a while to throw this one in no matter what you do. And you may see a sub or two, and they will stop the clock because if you have a leading team starting to sub within the 5-minute mark, they stop the clock until the ball is re-entered. And now it will be started again. That's a rule in high school soccer. Owen Tracy boots it out. Comes down into the middle. Picked up there by the Bobcats. Centaurs pick it up. Over on this near side is Riley Wilcox. Wilcox sends the ball back into the middle. Picked up there by Bushy. Bushy trying to turn on it. Farino got in the way. Tried to get it to Beyer. It goes out before he could get to it. Throw in for Bacon Academy.
Come on, Woodstock!
2.5 to play. Bobcats up 2-1. Noah Page. Got it over to Garrett Bushy. Back over to Noah Page. Sends in one time. This is Quersha. But that ball is going to be picked up by Evan St. Louis in the back. Bobcats looking to go to 9-2-1 on the season. They have won 6 in a row. And within 2 minutes of making it 7 straight. Quersha. To the near side is Riley Wilcox. Wilcox boots the ball into the middle to Bushy. Bushy taken off the ball by Tyler Pulse. Pulse sends it backwards to Molino. That ball goes out. It'll be a throw-in for Bacon Academy. Under the 2-minute mark. Bacon on the throw-in. Close to an illegal, actually. Little pause in that throw.
They used to call that much more than they do.
Yeah, you're
now.
right. They don't really pay a lot of attention to the throw-ins unless it's just drastic. Ball over on that far side is where Rawson is. He turns and boots, and it will be headed forward by Bacon Academy, which just wants to keep it down in this end at this point with a 2-1 lead. Centaurs have to retrieve that one deep. 1:12 to play. Quickly sent upfield, knocked the other way by Molino. Kicked by Page. Ball sent back in by Treat. Picked up there by Molino. He's just booting the ball right now. He's like a kicker out there. And we got another call.
Offside?
And it'll be offside, yeah. Offside against the Bobcats. So it'll be a free kick with 48 seconds to go for Jamison from the 30.
And he can get it deep.
He can.
He can get it to the box.
He has to get it down as far as he can. Let's put it that way. It went over the top of Fongsa. The ball bounces back out to the 40. Fongsa with the header. Unfortunately, it went to his right. Picked up there by Wilcox, knocked forward by Rose. On to the body of Dante Ritchie. Ritchie right down below us, taken away by Fongsa. Fongsa over to this near side, taken away from him, booted out by Matucci. And Jamison's going to have to track that one down. He was way up, and he really can't touch it until he gets back in the box, and there's only 10 seconds to play. Has to send it out, and does. Gets it over to Owen Tracy. Tracy sends it upfield. 2 seconds to go, and that will end this game. The Woodstock Academy Centaurs battled long and battled hard and came up just short. A 2-1 loss to the Bacon Academy Bobcats. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a moment.
I'm Olivia from Pomfret, and I'm a senior at the Woodstock Academy. I've grown so much as a student musician here at WA. The teachers are so friendly, and they've really helped me build my skills and confidence. Field trips, festivals, concerts, musicals, the opportunities here are endless, and these experiences have definitely broadened my horizons and prepared me for the future.
Our Future Centaurs open house on October 23rd is the best time for you to explore the Woodstock Academy experience. Register at woodstockacademy.org/future centaurs.
Well, here's the good friend.
I'll drink to that. Say, Ernie, still fooling around with magic?
Oh, yeah. In fact, I've got a great new trick I've been working on.
Ernie, not the watch and scarf trick.
It's the watch and scarf trick. Now, let me show you. Milk, give me your watch.
You're not going to make it disappear, are you?
Now, Sylvia, I need to borrow your silk scarf.
Be careful with it, Ernie. It's my mother's.
No problem. Now, I take Mel's watch, wrap it carefully in Sylvia's scarf, and then set fire to the scarf.
Ernie!
And poof!
Uh-oh. Look at my $2,500 watch.
Jeez.
My mother's scarf. That's the watch and scarf trick.
Let me show you how it's done.
But show me, who's your insurance agent?
There's no trick to finding good insurance coverage. Just call Girardi Insurance Services for homeowners and automobile coverage that really covers. Our experience in designing comprehensive protection programs can be tremendously helpful in your planning for the future. You never know what's going to happen next, so know you're ready for whatever happens.
When they ask who's your insurance agent,
Say Girardi Insurance Services, your independent agent.
we're the answer.
See them online at GirardiInsurance.com.
Final score, once again, 2-1 in favor of the Bacon Academy Bobcats. The Bobcats getting the first goal from Nico Matucci. Came with 16:58 to go in the first quarter. Woodstock Academy tied it up on a Noah Page goal off a corner from John Bennett. And then just moments ago, 3:43 left to go, Birch Collins sent one in from Bacon Academy off of a assist from, I think you had it as number 15, which was Farino, to make it a 2-1 final.
You don't want to see anybody lose that game.
No.
No matter how it turned out. But, you know, your heart goes out to Woodstock Academy. And especially our goalie, who one just dribbled through his hands. The second one, he had no chance. But they've got to get it back. They've got to get back and be ready for Fitch and get a win.
Bacon Academy raised its record to 9-1-2 with the win, their 7th in a row. Woodstock Academy falls to 4-6-2 on the year. Like you mentioned, next playing at Fitch, and that's on Wednesday. We'll be back with you tomorrow. Woodstock Academy girls soccer getting ready to take on the Fitch Falcons. We'll be live with you tomorrow right around 3:45 or so for that contest as well. For Greg Smith, I'm Mark Allard. Final score here from the Bentley Athletic Complex, 2-1 in favor of Bacon Academy. Have a marvelous rest of your Monday. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
You have been listening to Woodstock Academy Live. This copyrighted webcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without authorized written consent of the Woodstock Academy. The Woodstock Academy would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast. Today's game has been brought to you by Girardi Insurance Services, The O'Brien Group, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, LLC, and Busquets Appliances in Danielson and Willimantic, with production support provided by Oconchamar Productions, LLC. Remember, today's broadcast is available to be seen on woodstockacademy.org/athletics/live. This has been a production of the Woodstock Academy.